Thank you everyone for joining us and listening, and welcome to Panels to Frames. Usually on this channel we talk about the past movies, the movies from the 40s and such, but today we're going to be doing something just a little bit different. We're going to be talking about the future. Specifically, we are talking about the future of DC films, which, if you need to get caught up, are in a bit of disarray. We are recording this the night of Thursday, August the 4th. A lot of news has come out today and the past few days, and we anticipate more news coming out, and things are changing by the minute. Let's kind of talk about that. It sounds like the new Warner Brothers management wants a plan. Gone are plans for a seemingly damn near finished Batgirl film that was apparently almost completely edited. No longer. It's completely scrapped, as well as plans for Supergirl. Those are gone as well. They no longer want to treat DC as what they called like a hobby. They kind of want to treat DC now as how how Disney treats Marvel. It's a big division and it's a big money maker, and it's kind of insane that Warner Brothers up to this point hasn't treated DC like that. The biggest question now on everyone's mind is, after Batgirl and Supergirl have been canceled, what is happening with the DCU? What is going to happen with the DCU? Because there were so many films that were planned and, on the slate, and we don't know what's happening with them. I think this has to be enormously frustrating for the fans of the DCEU and the Snyderverse, and no one can kind of take away their enjoyment of those films and what it means to them. But this could potentially feel like when Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man films were rebooted for the Andrew Garfield films, or when Star Wars made all the books suddenly not canon, quote unquote, and were turned into the legend stories. It's kind of like, thanks for buying the product. That no longer matters. Please buy the new product. So it's going to be, kind of fascinating to see how Warner Brothers treats this. And Warner Brothers just got bought by Discovery, so now the name of the company is Warner Brothers Discovery, and, they have a new CEO, David Zaslav. He has come out today and kind of said HBO Max is going to be merging with Discovery Plus summer of next year. So what does that mean for all the things on HBO Max and Discovery Plus? I guess we're going to be learning as time goes on for that. So things like Harley Quinn, Peacemaker, the other planned James Gunn spin-off series. Well, what does that mean for that? As of right now, I don't think that we know. I think that's kind of disappointing, as I think that both Harley Quinn and Peacemaker are pretty great, but the cancellation of Batgirl and Supergirl also leaves further questions. It sounds like Shazam 2, Fury of the Gods, is delayed. It doesn't sound like Black Adam is going to be moved. It sounds like that is going to stay exactly where it is. But now the CEO of Warner Brothers says The Flash will still come out, which is kind of surprising that Batgirl got canned after all of the work that got put into it. But with all of the controversies surrounding, Ezra Miller, that The Flash still gets to come out. It's kind of the plan for them right now, but we'll see if that changes. Aquaman 2, I think that is also set to come out, but the news recently came out that Michael Keaton was supposed to cameo in that movie, and Michael Keaton is no longer cameoing that movie because it became too confusing for audiences, and so now that's why Ben Affleck is going to be cameoing in that movie. Maybe that's Ben Affleck's last appearance as Batman, because who knows what's going to happen with that. The director of Blue Beetle, which was supposed to come out and be the first Latino superhero movie, that is now also up in the air. And we saw him on Twitter liking some tweets basically saying, save the Blue Beetle film. So between that and the news that The Joker 2 with Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga is coming out in October 2024, some things we know what's going to happen, and other things are questions that are going to need to be answered, such as, the Batman 2 with Robert Pattinson and Matt Reeves. What happens to that? Wonder Woman 3, is that going to happen or not? Because Wonder Woman 2, 1984, that was not well received at all. So I guess we're going to have to see with a lot of those DCEU films, as well as the standalone films like Joker and the Batman, to see what the future of those are like. I know that the CEO did say that he wants to hire a Kevin Feige type figure for DC to kind of come up with a 10-year plan, so that way they know exactly what they're going to be doing for the next 10 years. I personally think that's a good idea, and honestly, I'm kind of surprised and concerned that they didn't have a plan like that before. It just kind of seems like they were throwing whatever crap that they had against the wall and just saw what was kind of sticking. And I'm just, in a way, I'm glad that there's a plan to make a plan. So hopefully that kind of works out. It really sucks that, hard work like, on Batgirl and other things is going to be thrown away. Hopefully those people, maybe they can throw it on HBO Max or something like that. If they can release films like the quality of the first Suicide Squad, I don't see why they can't just release Batgirl, but that's just my personal opinion. But I did hear, reading some articles and some trades, that there are rumors that the reason that they did that was because that old Warner Brothers management before this merger with Discovery wanted Batgirl and Supergirl to kind of lead the DCEU henceforth. And I think that when, new management came in and they kind of looked at that plan, and I think that they said to themselves, why are we doing that? We have Batman, we have Superman. God bless Henry Cavill for kind of sticking around and trying to get a Superman sequel almost a decade later. It's going to be a decade next year. God, man, I feel really bad for him. But, at this point, it's kind of like, what does this mean for the future of DC movies? I hope that we do get some more clarification, as the next days and months roll out. And maybe they'll do something like, Marvel has, the presentations they make at D23, and Comic-Cons will, come and go. So hopefully we get some announcements in that way. But I know that there are going to be a lot of disappointed fans to see potentially characters recasted, directors and writers replaced. So I hope that DC and Warner Brothers have a good plan to make sure that, the content is good. And something that I was about to say, the CEO of Warner Brothers Discovery said that they want to get a level of quality to the DC films that are comparable to Marvel, is what he's trying to infer. Kind of ironic considering of the last 5 DCEU films come out. I think 4 of the 5 were fresh on Rotten Tomatoes, and obviously, Peacemaker was very well received. So, hopefully they can continue to make quality films. I know that the Batman was really good as well. But I think that the thing that's on people's mind and what they want to know and what they want to see is, what is this all leading to? Is this going to be a new DCEU? Are they going to rename it? Are they going to show us a slate of films? Are they going to kind of follow, the early 2000s, sort of, building blocks of, we're going to have a Batman show, a Superman show. We're going to have, all this. It's all going to lead into the Justice League, whatever that is going to be now. And you guys are going to see a fully new team, a whole new set of stories. And, this is what the DC film universe is going to be now. I really hope that they do have a master plan, because honestly, it feels like they change the master plan every few years, and hopefully they have nailed one down. So yeah, obviously with a lot of films being canceled, things up in the air, we are going to have to see what DC does in the coming future. So yeah, thanks everyone for listening. Hopefully you guys like this video, subscribe to our channel, and yeah, come back next time. We're hoping to do some more things like this in the future. So thank you everyone for listening. Take care.